Today is the day. What is up, guys? Zach Ginn here.
Rick Zach Ginn here.
And in today's video, we are here to announce the past 2 years of our life, almost thousands of hours into this, the craziest announcement we've ever done, right?
By far.
And it's exciting. This is a journey we're about to partake in together watching this, where if I wasn't excommunicated from the wholesaling community outside of, the actual wholesalers, the influencers, all these other things, this is going to do it. This is the final cleaning of the closet, if you will, of everything we know about the industry and everything that is going to help you. So without further ado, let's talk about it. Let's get into it and let's reveal exactly what's going on. So why do the top 1% of wholesalers succeed? This is an important question to ask. What makes the top 1% of wholesalers? If you look at the ones that are clearing 2, 3, 4, 500K every single month or making over $1 million a year, what do they do? What do they all have in common? You might be like, oh, they work hard. No, top 5% work hard, right?
Yep.
What do the top 1% have? They easily spend over $30,000 a year on software on top of the marketing. So if they're cold calling, they got this software, they got on top of their just paying VAs and employees, they will easily drop over $30,000 a year on software. That is how the top 1% of wholesalers succeed. Let's kind of talk about the top 1% of wholesalers, right? What do they have in their company? What kind of softwares do they have?
Well, I mean, it's an instant. There's so many, and so many of you guys know this. Like this has frustrated me for a long time, but let's just go through it. Number one, we all need a skip tracing company. We all know the value of skip tracing. We got to get numbers. When I started out doing skip tracing 8-9 years ago, it was $1.50 per skip trace. Obviously, it's changed since then, but on average, they're paying $159 a month. You guys are, some more, some less. Then let's talk about a CRM, $170 a month. These are the top wholesalers, guys.
With the automation, I got the perfect automation, the tasks, like all these things. Like click it, it goes in here. Like, the CRM, and you're being told that you have to have it, and it's the best of the best.
I get it, but like, let's face it, this is almost unattainable for the average wholesaler. You've got to be the tippy top. Who can afford this stuff? $99 just a month just for data. Most of you guys are doing that anyways, so you can pull your list, you can do stuff, and the list just goes on and on.
Let me add on that. So you have to go get a subscription to the top skip tracing company, but the top skip tracing company has data, but it's not the best. So you have to also get the top data company. They're separate.
Correct. Just talk about list stacking. I mean, this has been a huge topic for the last 5-7 years. I don't need to over-explain this to you. It's just when you have multiple pain points, obviously there's more intention to have motivation there. And before you get these lists, you pull it from this software, you put it there, you pay X amount of features, $139 a month. They do that. And then guys, I don't know about you, but you've got to be an elite person to get a Dispo software. It is so complicated. Honestly, it just drives me nuts. If you add up all this stuff, $36K a year. Guys, we're just talking software. And I'm not going to get into 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 different platforms. I've talked to some of you as much as 7, 8, and 9 different platforms. That's 5 to 9 different types of companies. That's different sites you have to go on. You have to train on. I don't know about you. I got ADHD. When I get more than 4 windows open, I'm lost. I'm I don't understand. And I get used to using one software, and then I got to learn in this one. And then as soon as I get comfortable, somebody jacks up the rate. But this is it, guys. This is the top 1%.
And this is the issue. Just when Netflix came out, I was like, wow, I guess I don't need Comcast at $100 a month. But if you look at what's happening now, if you want to watch all the best shows, you have to have 20 for Amazon, 20 for Netflix. You got your Hulu and your Disney Plus, and you got all this problem now, right? And sometimes the cable's even cheaper, right? But the thing is that this new advent in the past 4 years has been this Dispo software thing. And you see this is the most expensive part. Dispo software is never a thing, right? You used to go on your favorite data company and pull a cash buyers list. And honestly, that sucks. You can do it, but it's a lot of work. And there's been about 3 or 4 Dispo softwares out here that are completely new and they're innovating the game. But these Dispo softwares are $30,000 a year. It's insane to me.
It's like you have to be the elite
But they
1%er to get there. Amazing stuff. Like, this is crazy, guys.
Yeah, but this is why the 1% have the advantage, right? They can go in here and say, Zach, they say in my Discord, I have the expensive Dispo platform. Send me your deals.
You've got to come through me.
And so there's a dirty truth. We're ready to air it out here live. Hopefully we don't get taken out.
You sure you want to do this?
We're ready. So let's talk about the dirtiest truth about software companies nobody admits. You are being robbed. These wholesaling software companies, every single one of them, are robbing you. So let's talk about it. Whew, here we go. The average wholesaling software CEO, there's a lot of them that publicly share how much money they make. They claim to have a 55% profit margins on their software. I'm like, oh, it's a good business. It's a nice, healthy business, right? You know what? It makes sense, right? Okay. Yeah. Here's the issue with this. When the CEO says that, it makes sense. Okay, I get it. But here's an uncomfortable truth. They're making 55% profit margins after paying 40 to 50% affiliate commissions. Think about that for a second. Think about that. That's almost 90% margins on these softwares. I don't think people really realize this. These are real numbers, by the way. These aren't fake numbers. These are like 4 or 5 wholesaling tech CEOs saying this. For every $100 you spend, it only costs $10 for this data. So think about your favorite data company. You're spending $300 a month with it, let's say. It costs them $30 for that information. $30. That is how much it costs. So this wholesaling data is like, wait, okay, whoa. Okay. They deserve the margins because they have their best data. They have a gremlin in the office that pulls every property and does the data sorting themselves, and it's proprietary, it's special. This is why we have to spend the money, right? No. Every wholesaling data software company are who we call data brokers. These big software companies that you're paying all this money for, they don't own the data. They license it out.
Correct.
So that high equity list you're used to pulling, there's no magic fairy in the data in the software company's office for research and development that is doing it. Like they pay a multi-billion-dollar corporation like CoreLogic or something like that, or Indonto or whatever it is, to go get the data. And so they don't find the data, they don't develop it. They buy it from a billion-dollar company and then resell it to you for 1,000% markup. I didn't believe that stat till I did the math.
Yeah, I mean,
you're getting a 1,000% markup on this. Whoa. So the truth is, you guys are being wholesaled. And I know this is funny to say, but the wholesaling data company is wholesaling you. Think about this. You pay $100 a month for a software. Software company gives $10 to the big tech provider, pockets the rest. And when you say, hey, software company, can you innovate or bring me new features? They say, we're trying to go public and we're just trying to sell this company, and we got to keep our margins good. And we're in a perpetual cycle here where the wholesaling software companies just have no competition. They all agreed that they're going to do 1,000% markups on you. And really no one is going to have the balls to spend. It's a lot of money. Like, it's millions of dollars to create a software. It is. So no regular wholesaler making $1 million a year is going to spend $1 million on a software, right?
No.
That's stupid.
It's crazy. So
they know none of the other guys are going to do that, right? So this is the big issue we have. You're being wholesaled, right? And so think of a wholesale transaction, right? You find a seller, you get the buyer, the middleman. So what I'm basically doing is I go to the seller, I collect my $100, and it cost me $10. Make
$90.
Okay? So think about this. Like, let's talk about this. Let's make this a little bigger so we really understand what I'm talking about. This is 90% margin. So let's really look at what this is. This is the same as me locking up a contract at $20,000, selling it to a cash buyer for $200,000, and pocketing $180,000. Guys, let me know. Is that a normal wholesale transaction? No seller, buyer, or anyone would accept this as a legitimate business model. So you might be asking yourself, Zach, so why doesn't that work? Why can't I make a 90% margins on contracts? Because there's competition usually, right? So if Rick offers a seller 20 grand for their house, I'll offer him 100 grand for it and still make 100 grand, right? There's competition.
Mm-hmm.
This is why when you go get a shoe, you don't have to spend $1,000 on shoes because you got Nikes and Adidas, right? And the truth is, if I did this, no one would accept this as a legit business model, right?
No,
Locking up a deal for 20 and selling it for 180. Like, I'm not like wholesaling. We have our place and we get paid very handsomely and fairly.
Yeah.
But if you're making 90% margins on a seller, that's close to highway robbery. I'm just being honest with you, right?
Yeah.
There's a difference between making 40 grand on a 200K contract price or making 20 grand on a 100K deal. Like, that's normal, right? Realtors get they get 3% of the contract, like that's normal. But if I started making 90% profit margins on these deals, I would be thrown out of here, right? That would be highway robbery. I would have the worst articles written about me, right?
Yeah.
And no seller would accept that.
I agree.
But us wholesalers are just okay with being this $1,000 markup thing. And I'll be honest with you, and this takes a lot of courage to say, but me and Rick are guilty of this. I'm being full transparency here. I might get canceled, but who cares?
We've been on both sides of this transaction too.
So we've been consumers and affiliates for these companies.
We still are. Yeah, still are.
When we started learning about said wholesaling software company, we started using it, and it was the one we used for direct mail, and we were making millions of dollars a year from that. And we were pulling with the data. It was great data.
Excellent.
And we're paying $140 a month for we didn't care. And they came to us and said, you're just saying everyone on YouTube you're using it. Why don't you just use a link and they can get 10% off and you can make 50%? I was like, that sounds like a good deal. I have to spend 40, 50 grand a month and employees and video editors. Like, that could help, offset some of that cost. It's burning a hole in my pocket. Why not? And I didn't really see it as a problem because it's I'm not dropping millions of bucks making a software, right? I'm not dropping that money. And so I've been guilty perpetuating this. And as you know, every wholesaling influencer has been guilty of this too. We all have been the ones pushing these products with 50% commissions. And I'm letting you know, not every software is 50%, but most of them go from 20, 30, 40, 50. And, I've had a lot of exposed videos saying that they push these software, but these are softwares I use. And I've been very guilty of peddling this and perpetuating this, in my opinion, highway robbery of you guys for a while. And I've been pocketing 50%. I'm being honest. And so it's come to a point where it's just, I make too much money I make so much money wholesaling, I don't need to be the type of guy doing this anymore.
And guys, we've used these funds to offset all the servers, all the free content we do, the editors and all that stuff. And honestly, we've never set out to be affiliate marketers, not even in our slightest dreams. And you got to know, these were good products. These still are good products. It's just there's no competition. It's like we never knew there's an alternative for anything.
And so we've been guilty of this. And as you guys know, I always do what's best for the wholesaling industry. And so a couple of years ago, I knew about all of this. And this is when, these companies start getting bigger. And I'm the biggest, this is crazy to say, but me and Rick are the top 3 affiliates for every single wholesaling software company you can think of, just because we're the only ones not, we're not the only, we're the only ones that teach wholesaling for free. So we have the biggest free wholesaling course and audience. But I went to all of them. And luckily for me, being the top affiliates for most of these software companies, I can tell them, hey, can you add this in for free? And they'll do it. But eventually they're hit a point where I tried stopping them. And what I mean by this is I asked them, hey, can you include a CRM and make it free for the people? That'd be really great. And I think it'd help your company out. Hey, can you do better skip tracing? Your contact rate's really not that good. I know it's cheap, but it's not that good. Can you add a Dispo tool? Make it free for the people. People are paying 30 grand for it. Can you just add it in for free? It'd be great. You know what they said to me? Why are you trying to help us out? No, I'm not trying to help you out. I'm trying to help the industry out.
Remember our first battle with them way back when?
It
was, hey, you can't offer competing, list brands and stuff like that. We're like, you don't know us very well. Whatever's going to be best for the wholesaling community, that's what we're going to use. Whatever we use in our business, that's what we're going to do. And that was our first taste in it. Go ahead.
And when I basically went to them about this, they all said no. I'm like, why can't you do it? AI is the new thing. Can you do it? They're like, well, we can do AI, but we have to make it an upgrade. I'm like, why does it have to be an upgrade? Well, like you literally just went on a podcast, said you're making this much per month on your profit margins. And what they said was, well, we can't talk about too much, but we're trying to exit to a private equity firm, and we have to keep our growth and we have to keep our margins. If we add in features, our margins go down and we can't get the valuation that we want. There's a couple prominent software companies that have exited for hundreds of millions of dollars. And so they see that happen and they want to be in on the thing. And so these wholesaling software companies all are trying to exit and they have to keep their profitability. And so they can't add extra features without upsells. And this has been honestly disgusting. It's disgusting. I see this. And there was a point 2 years ago where they just flat out refused me. And I felt sick to my stomach. I'm like, I know it can help the people, but like no one's willing to make a change. And it only got worse. The wholesaling corporate greed, the wholesaling software greed got pretty bad. But there was also another part of the greed that got even worse. And it was us wholesalers, even the gurus. These software companies, these gurus are making a lot of money off the affiliates. And they started, hey, you know what? If I have 18 affiliate links, I make more money than just having 2. Even if I know one's better than the other. And so most wholesaling gurus now tell you, if you want to be a real player, you have to spend $1,000 a month. Use my link here, my link here, my link here, my link here, my link here. And it's true. Most of them say you need to spend $1,000 a month in software to be a real player. And do you know how much that $1,000 a month you'd spend? How much it really cost? It costs $100 a month. Like that's highway robbery. So really the cost of $1,000 a month of software is $100. And it's disgusting. Like it's disgusting. So it's just, it bothers me to my core because I care about this community. I make so much money wholesaling. I can't be silent about this anymore. And so we're here today to make a change. And I don't do this lightly. I don't just come out with something randomly. We have to make a change. I can't stand for this. And most people watching this, you didn't even know about any of this stuff. We're here to drop a bomb. We are here to declare war on the wholesaling software companies. 3 years ago, me and Rick declared war on the wholesaling gurus because they were stealing money from you. And I thought, hey, a $10,000 course is stupid. Now you have wholesaling companies telling you have to spend $40,000 for software.
Yeah.
This is coaching times 4.
It is.
And when it costs them $4,000 and they're charging you $40,000, I'm like, the wholesaling gurus, I mean, at least they'll do a Zoom with you, right? But like, this is crazy. And me and Rick decided we have to drop a bomb. And the thing is, like, we couldn't do it ourselves. Like, I couldn't just code a website for myself and do all this. And so I went on a 2-year journey. And luckily for me and Rick, we are both multi-millionaires. And luckily for me and Rick too, I made my first $1 million when I was 20 years old. And luckily for our growth, we've been blessed to have we've been able to double our revenue and our profits every year since I was about 18 years old. So really do the math there of how much money me and Rick make wholesaling real estate only. And because we made more money, our knowledge has only grown. And unfortunately, that's not good for anyone else because we have just millions of dollars lying around all the time. So for the past 2 years, me and Rick, we've had a lot of money ready to deploy and a lot of free time. And I've been on this stoic journey, me and Rick. And me and Rick have basically spent 2 hours after working all day, right? We'll work, start at 8:30 a.m., stop working at 5, work out, and then, we're done at like 7, right? I had this special thing I call Project X, the Manhattan Project. Because in the Manhattan Project, they worked in secret until the bomb was finished. And then they blew the bomb. And now we're not talking about bombs are good or not, but like we're dropping a bomb in the wholesaling software industry. And for 2 years, I had to ask myself these questions. And for 2 years, I've been developing, me and Rick, something, spending a lot of money, figuring it out. So on this 2-year journey, I figured out what makes the best CRM. Why is it $150 for a CRM? How much does it cost to make one? How do you develop one? How do you code it, right? How do drip automation works and tasks, you know what I mean? How do I make the best CRM? I've spent hundreds of hours figuring out where does the top data companies get their data from? I know the brokers. I know you can only get the source from about 4 or 5 multi-billion-dollar public companies, right? On the stock exchange, right? And I started figuring out, okay, this is who we get our best texting data from. Let's just go to the big data brokers and say, hey, like the big multi-billion companies and say, hey, I basically like ask them, and they tell me, and I figured out who every wholesaling software company, I know exactly where they get their data from. It's me doing 100 skip traces for a list, and then going to a big multi-billion-dollar corporation, say, hey, can you skip these 100 leads for me? And I found it's the same exact one. I go to big multi-billion-dollar corporation, and we're like 1,000 high equities in this zip code, or like high equities 60% or above. And I find that when I go to one multi-billion-dollar company, they align perfectly. I'm like, I found it, and they admit. And I figure out where the top data companies get their data from. I went to I found all the top dispositions platforms, and I figured out what algorithms work for them and what algorithms work for us. I looked back on the past 5,000 wholesaling deals me and Rick have done. And painfully, I looked up, how did I find the buyer and how could I find that buyer again? And I figured out an avatar for the average buyer for the past 5,000 deals me and Rick put together. Think about that. We went back to every single wholesaling deal, every painstaking HUD, and figured out exactly how I found the buyers. What happened? MLS, non-MLS, our MLS buyers that bought our wholesale.
Yeah.
Have they flipped before? Were they landlords? Guys, 2 years of my life. Okay, think about that for a second. How do I put AI into wholesaling? Well, AI can't figure out if someone's a good seller or not, but what I found out AI could do is they're really good at stacking lists. So I can give them 100 data points. I can give them 100 lists, and they can figure out which ones overlap more or less, right? I also figured out, how do I make a driving for dollars app? Woo! Talk about an app store. I figured out how to make a good one. Not the best. I will not tell you it's the best, but I will say how to make a great one. How do I develop best skip tracing? I will admit to you, there's only one software company that is not a data broker for skip tracing. I'm not going to mention it. I think you guys could probably guess, but this data company actually has their own skip tracing, like internal. Like, it's actually pretty dang impressive. Not going to lie. Outside of that company, everyone else uses data brokers. But that one company, I will admit, they're all in-house. That's a little different. But I know where the other top skip tracing companies go from, right? Do they get live data? Do they buy their data, right? Do they get it on the cheap? Do they not, right?
And guys, a lot of you just dive into skip tracing, and it takes, listen, whatever you pay, or like if you get it free or whatever, the real cost is in your time. So a lot of you guys, I skip trace 1,000 numbers I called, I got like a 2% connection rate. Dude, do the math. Like, do the math on it. Like, don't keep getting bad data. You guys, skip tracing, you got to make sure you get real good data. So if you're getting bad results, put 2 and 2 together. I go, listen, I'm probably buying a dated list. I need to find something that's going to be a little bit better. So I found that out the hard way in skip tracing.
Usually the more expensive the skip tracing, the better in-house it is. The cheaper, probably the worse skip tracing. So bad data is killing you.
It's expensive, and it's going to cost you time, which in my opinion is the most expensive resource that you can spend.
When you buy the skip tracing, like, you don't have to rebuy it if it's a duplicate. Yeah. Like that's the thing.
But guys, listen, it's not your fault. It's not our fault. Like, nobody ever tells us this stuff, and we have to figure it out on our own.
Exactly. And so on this journey too, we figured out, how do I comp? Like, honestly, go on YouTube, search comping. There's a couple of people that do live comping. How long does it take that person to comp a property? 15, 20 minutes.
Dude, I'm about to change my comp rule from 10 minutes to 2.
And the problem is, as somebody that's gotten a lot of JV deals sent to him, and a lot, and that pays a lot of underwriters to underwrite my deals, I spend a lot of money just on comping. Like, it's just the amount of money I've spent. I could have a Ferrari and a Lamborghini right now.
You have to get it
for the amount of money I've paid VAs to just underwrite deals. I could have a Urus right now, but they're comping. Now, I mean, I should have one right now, but maybe I'll buy one tomorrow. Why not? But like, I've spent a lot of money just paying people to comp for me, and it is insane. How do I make comping better? On top of this too, you know how Einstein and every theoretical physicist tries to get the everything equation, equation to explain the universe. It's kind of a fairy tale. And me and Rick kind of had this equation where it's like, could there, E equals MC squared?
Yeah.
Could there be an MAO formula? This is what me and Rick think about. This is how crazy, like, mentally deranged me and Rick are. Like, we go on whiteboards for hours, and we try to figure out, what could I do to create a formula where I just input the address, I put the numbers in, and it gives me an instant MAO, an instant wholesale price. And for 2 years, We did it. We'll talk about it a little later, but to develop an instant MAO price, you put the address in, MAO pops out. Now, is that going to be 100% guaranteed every time? No,
but it helps us underwrite our deals that you guys send to us so we don't waste time. We can actually take a quick snapshot.
We need help with it.
And guys, I teach you LAO. Like whatever you're offering, cut it in half and then work your way up.
Exactly. And we were struggling with JVs because the underwriting spent a lot of money. I couldn't sell my deals. How do we make a Dispo platform that's good? Because you get sent 10, 15 contracts a day. It's hard. We also had to figure out, what's our best list? Probates. But how do I scrape the probates? That's a toughie, right? How do I scrape the probates? And I found out each one's different. And we're looking to create a probate scraper that scrapes the probates. Now, I also thought about it. How do I make drip automations or email blasting? How can I just put a seller on a drip? You know how you can do it with like texting? You just click a drip, you just click a button, and on a text, you can send the seller a text like every 15 days.
Yeah.
Like how do I do it for emails? How do I do it for buyers? How do I put a buyer on a drip? That's pretty dang cool. And this is what we've done for 2 years straight. Me and Rick independently working every night on this, like as a crazy person. And after 2 years, we did it. We found it. We found the answers to all these things. And we're pretty excited. Drum roll, we did it. And this is so exciting here. But we 2 years of our lives figuring out how to do this the right way has come down in this moment. We're here to announce XLeads. XLeads is the all-in-one wholesaling software. Let me say it again. It is the only software you need for wholesaling real estate. It has everything. So the name XLeads, X marks the spot, right? X is where it's all at. X is the unknown variable. X is everything you need to know for your success. And just think of it for a second right now. If you are here to change your life, if you want to have a one-stop place to find deals, sell your deals, and everything, it is right here. It is XLeads. That was not a cheap domain. Not going to lie. It was not cheap.
Nothing was cheap about it.
Nothing was cheap about it, but leads.com more expensive. But I thought, we take a lot of admiration from other people and other things, but X has been a very thing I've been obsessed with lately, because I always look at XAI, SpaceX, X.com, all these things, and X is exactly where it needs. Like X marks the spot. That's the reason for it, and so we're excited. And so it is the all-in-one wholesaling software. And just so you know, it is the software where everything is there, where you can lock up a deal, do your acquisitions, and do your dispositions all
guys
there. So
all in one.
Yeah.
Are you tired of having 5 windows open, exporting, importing, training on this one? You got 6 different trainers. You got 7 different SEOs. We're tired of it, man. Like we have asked for years for this change. And
Let's
you know
show
what?
it.
Let's show it.
So you might be like, wait, what's going on here? So what is XLeads? XLeads is the best CRM in the game. It is the best data and list provider. So think about in your mind, don't say it in the comments, I don't want to get in trouble, but think of if, gun to my head, I had to pull a list and I'm only allowed to have 1,000 on a data company, and I had to get the best quality list possible for a texting campaign calling. What would the data company I would choose? Not the best bang for your buck, but the best data. Gun to my head, I need to get a deal. Think about that. That company, we get the same data from them.
Yeah, it
confirmed. Same company, same. Now, some take the data, they put a proprietary spin to it, right? So I'm not saying it's the word for word the same, but the data provider, it's there. So the best data list provider possible. The same data as the industry leading companies. I'm not saying for everyone, but for most of them, yes. An AI list stacker that will stack. See, people spend $190 a month for a list stacking service.
just to import their list and have it sort through it.
And I'm like, well, let's just add it in, right? I mean, I got a lot of money. Why don't I just add it in? Your Dispo platform. Guys, it is the most state-of-the-art Dispo platform.
Guys,
I'm not going to talk about many Dispo platforms. There's about 3 out there right now. We are now the 4th. It is going to be the future. And you don't have to spend for, actually, we'll get into that.
It's never been offered before you. Like this is going to give you the ultimate speed. If you do virtual wholesaling, Like it's hard enough to scrape the list, pull it, skip trace the phone number in this software, and then go over here. What if you have one system where you do the whole thing and you click it without spending 30, 40, 50 grand? It's insanity. Like you guys have been competing in an unfair game. And like, listen, life's unfair. Me and Zach tell you every day on it, but like, it's just because no one's pulled the cover back. So if we're willing to pull the cover back on gurus, why stop there? So me and Zach are always looking for better ways to make wholesaling better for everybody. I think of the day I first did wholesaling, I took a massive risk. It changed my life. And I think every day, how can I fight for the person starting today? I don't think people should have an unfair advantage. If you want to bust your butt and help people and provide value in this world, wholesaling is perfect for you.
I'll say this. I've looked at every Dispo platform. There's a couple of them I was actually very interested in, and I've actually tried all of them. I will tell you this, I admit it. There's one in particular where it has this mode where you can send out your deals, but if you have a good buyer that's interested in your deal, it will show other users who paid more money.
So they publicly share.
Public buyers, and I said, I can't use this platform.
I've never, ever. You guys, you work so hard for good cash buyers. Why would you just throw them out to the world?
In my opinion, I'm like, that means there's no Dispo software out here that's actually legit. And so it's the best dispossessions platform. Also, an instant MAO value.
Now, now you guys can look at it. If you're brand new, you've never done a wholesale deal, you can quickly figure out if you're even in slightly in the ballpark with little to no education. You're still going to have to go through the wholesaling journey. But in the beginning, we teach you marketing and how to connect with motivated sellers. And one of your biggest struggles is, how do I comp it? And how do I know if it's a good wholesale price? We have actually solved this problem. Now, it's not perfect because there's some unknowns like repairs and stuff like that. But at least you'll know if you're going in the right direction or you're going in the wrong direction, instead of you sending deals to me and Zach and we're going, dude, like you're way off on your number. Like, hey, what should the number be? Why don't we create a software we just share the number so you can completely understand it? So guys, I'm super excited with this. And Dispo has been like this little child that only the elite can get. And I'm sick of it. And guys, it's just data. And why has it been so hard and so expensive for someone like you to use it? You're all being played. I'm sorry. Competition's good for the industry. And these software companies have dominated for a long time. And we've asked and we've asked and we've asked.
Or you know what's another problem I saw?
Yeah.
You know, the last one we did in Dallas, our event, which we're sharing on YouTube. There was one guy that's like, you know, he's showing his process. Because I would do flipping, right? Like, hey, here's all my processes. Let me show you. Homeboy had 10 tabs open.
I did.
Of 10 different softwares. I'm like,
my ADHD flips over, dude. Like when sometimes my daughter gets my phone, she goes, you got like 46 tabs open. I'm like, how do you close them? And like, I get like freaked out. And my computer, I get problems with my computer, too much stuff open. And, you know, one of the problems is we're so guilty of like, oh, they do this software, this niche real good. And they do this niche real good. And it's like, how do you keep up with all these platforms? And let's not even talk about the credit card being charged all random times.
So the best comps and instant MAO value. Now you might ask, how much does this cost? Let's see what the cost is.
Break it down.
So if I had to go get a CRM right now, comparable to ours, $150 a month.
On average, yeah.
I have to get a filtering platform, $150. I have to go get an app for drawing for dollars, $117. I have to maybe add skip tracing, who knows? I have to get the data provider. I have to spend $500 a month for a Dispo software when honestly it's 20, 30 grand to get the full thing, right? I'm out 14, 15 grand a year. That's how much it costs. That is how much it costs. 14, 15 grand a year. Guys, like what beginner wholesaler can make any money with this? Think about that for a second. So how much does XLeads cost? Guys, let me know in the chat. What do you think XLeads costs? Tell me.
They're all looking it up, but
tell me in the chat. What is it? How much do you think? Is it?
Guys, why don't you admit some of the totals you guys are paying right now? And let's start there and work it backwards. On average, how many platforms are you guys paying for?
So let's break it, right? How much does XLeads start at? $49 a month. Think about that for a second. $49 for $50. Make you holla.
Guys, look at that list of what's in it. Okay. You would normally have to go get 5 different companies to do all this stuff.
Right.
It's insanity. Think about this. And now you're thinking like, oh my God, you guys have literally lost your mind. You're going to go broke. I don't think you're going to last
Guys,
very long.
I already put a stupid amount of money into this, and I make a lot of money where I can keep writing the check. Trust me. I can keep writing the check.
We ain't going anywhere.
So this is kind of a lost leader for me. So I can actually go out here and I'll show you why I'm doing this in the truth. But really, at the end of the day,
Let's show them why. This is the best part.
I'll show you why. $49. Now there's some other plans that are a little more expensive than that.
Yeah.
That have cheaper skip tracing. There are plans in there, which I'll tell you, which you can include Flipboard Plus, so you get a stupid discount on everything.
Yeah.
You basically get Flipboard Plus for free by having XLeads, but we'll talk about that too. $50 a month is basically what the cost of it is. If I have to go create a data provider, you're spending $100. It costs me about $10 a month for that data.
Yeah.
Okay. If I have to go make a Dispo platform, it's probably going to cost me $30 a month for that data. So a CRM is going to be about $5, $10 a month per user per. And so like it comes down to, think about that. Like that's how much it is. $50 a month is how much it costs me. And so that's why I'm giving it to you guys. And you got to remember, I have to pay a credit card processing fee of like 3%, so it's really going to like, I'm only netting $45. So just think about that, right? So let's kind of talk about this. So it might be like, Zach, well, how can you do this for so low? Why is it so cheap? I love it. You get what you pay for. People have been saying that correct to me ever since I began free wholesaling content. Guys, should I charge you $5,000 a month for that? Will that make you actually want to use it? Or will you take my word? So let's talk about why is it so dang cheap? You are the affiliate.
You're it.
Guys, I'm not paying a 50% commission to a guru in a suit jacket to go give you a sign up for the link below.
You're the
affiliate.
We're passing it on to you.
So I should probably charge $100 a month for it, pay the guru $50 to promote it, and then I net 50. But I said, wait. Why don't I just charge $50 and there's no affiliates? Because I'm making a bet right now. I'm making a bet. I think more people will talk about XLeads if it's $50 a month than if a guru promotes it at $100 and I net 50. I'm making a stupid bet that if I just believe in this thing called karma, which has propelled me to make so much money in wholesaling, hey, how about I just give free wholesaling information out and the world will reward me? I said, if I just make it cheaper with the same quality, people will talk about it. People would talk about it.
And guys, our ultimate goal with this is everyone's like, let me work in your system. Let me shadow you. This is what we've been working in this for a long time. And our deal is to do more deals with you. So now we can take hundreds of deals, vet them much faster, teach you how to fill in the information and organize it in the CRM platform. We can comp it. We can do Dispo. We can do everything. And guys, what better way to do it? Like, you are the affiliate. Nobody ever has done this in the industry. When we gave away freewholesaling.com, they go, you ain't going to last a year or two. Here we are 5 years later. And guys, all we do is focus on helping out the wholesaler. I don't care what any influencer, and now I don't care what software companies say to us.
Guys, and then everyone's like, well, I just signed up for Podio. Podio's now, it's almost $20 a month for Podio. Like,
per user.
Like, think about that for a second.
Per user, just to put data in for data. And most of you guys, let's be honest, you guys are all paying around $100 so you can pull a list and get a comp. Like, be real. And honestly, listen, XLeads is designed for the person who just starts. If you're just starting out, focus on just generating leads. And that's how we set it up. And then as you move along, you can go to high scale on this.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you can be a 7-8 figure flipper if you want to do it in this wholesaler. Apologize on that. But like, you can grow without using a million different platforms. Honestly, if you don't get a pay raise doing this, don't use it.
Exactly. So guys, I'm not looking to make 90% profit margins on this. I want to squeeze as much value as possible. Well, this software, I get this. Well, this software has free skip tracing. Is it really free? Like, do the math. You have to go use it for 12 months and export everything perfectly. There's these companies that have the free skip tracing. You would have to, so you get 150. Are you going to use 150,000 skip traces? No. If you use half of it, that free skip tracing is 4 or 5 cents a record and it lower quality.
Yeah.
So think about this. So I've looked at all the skip tracing companies. Look at the cheapest ones. They're about our skip tracing is about twice as accurate when it comes at contact rates than the average one that we see. So let's really talk about this for a second, okay? Think of any software that you can think of that you're paying $100 a month for. All right, think about that. Okay, cool. Does that one have a Dispo software? Finding a deal is half the battle. Oh, wait. No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Guys, $500 to get a Dispo software. And I tell you, once you get it, you will never want to operate a wholesaling business without it. Because I will tell you, it really changes the game. It gives you speed to lead. You can sell deals much faster. And if you're going virtual, it's hard to survive without it, because now you're going to have to compete with people. Before, you'd only compete with the 1%er. Me and Zach are making it where the average wholesaler can compete with the big boys.
Exactly.
And
so
girls.
That is why it is so low. So FYI, a lot of people are going to ask, well, how do I know if the quality is good? Guys, it's been 2 years. We've tested it out. We've beta tested it out. It's the same. And so it's just as good, if not better. And I put my name on this. Guys, me and Rick put our name on. Do you think I put my name on something I haven't tested for like a year straight? Really think about that for a second. Like really think about that for a second.
21 years in the business, guys. I don't put my name on a lot of stuff.
I think I'm just going to make a really... So, okay. Do you think I would put my name reputation on a crappy software company that can't even pull basic lists? For example, if you want to go to Dallas, Texas and pull a pre-foreclosure, the software will do it.
Yep.
I put my name on that because that's a basic thing anyone should be able to do. Think of any software companies that you can't pull a pre-foreclosure list in Dallas, when the fourth biggest wholesaling market in the country. Would you feel good putting your name behind that? I wouldn't. So just FYI. So a lot of you guys talk about, is this tested? Think about anyone else who puts their name behind something. They can't even get a list in guys, Houston. Go pull a pre-foreclosure list in Houston on every software. You're going to find a couple that can't even get a pre-foreclosure list in Houston, Texas. That's the way. I'm not going to say anything.
We've tested almost every county. We've tested every way to do it. Guys, listen, I don't tread on this lightly. I'm telling you, if you want it all in one platform and you can't get a pay raise by working with us and get better results,
in my opinion,
keep doing what you're doing.
You're going to cancel. You're going to have both softwares, and you're going to cancel the other one, in my opinion, because the other one doesn't have a dispositions platform. That's the truth. Like, you're going to get so used to it. A lot of you guys are just going to have this just for the Dispo platform.
So we could have easily, we looked at, let's just, maybe we just do a Dispo. I'm like, no, let's solve the whole dang problem. And guys, a lot of you don't understand the value of Dispo software.
We could have made a lot of money making it only a Dispo. We could have made a stupid amount of money.
It's sold between $5 and $50,000, and people just chomp it up. And I'm telling you, we figured it out. The data is just as good, and it's at your fingertips, and you don't have to fight and be like a super rich wholesaler to get it done. The person just starting out can use it. And a lot of you guys are the value, I got this, I got that. Not bad companies, but do they do everything for you? A lot of you guys have 3 to 5 different companies, and you're paying each one of them on average probably $100 a pop. That puts you around the $500 range. Do the math on it, guys.
So every software company that we brought this idea, I want to let you know, pretty much all these software companies, I brought this idea to them. This isn't a revolutionary idea.
Correct.
I brought this to them. And you know what they told me? No. And so we're at a point where I never wanted to own a software company. Me and Rick never wanted to do this.
Nope. I actually went on record
to spend all that we both went on record and said, who wants to spend that stupid amount of money developing a software? Like, what's the point? But the software company started owning me. They started owning Rick. They started telling us what we could or couldn't do. They said, don't post that video because it makes us look bad. I'm just comparing your software to the other one. They started telling me stuff like this. And I can't do it. Can't do it anymore.
Guys, we've made our bed. If I'm willing to take on a guru, why not? We went to the software companies and asked them to fix it, and we just got nowhere for 2 years. Did they make things better? Yeah, but it never got cheaper and just got more expensive. So we just want to give you options. All of these platforms are great places to get data. The question is, what's the best value for you?
Exactly. So why are me and Rick doing this? What are our goals? Are our goal here to make a ton of money? So our goal is to steal everyone's stuff. This is our goal. I'm here to create a software price war. So yeah, I would say you probably should get our software over any other one. But at the end of the day, this will create a price war in wholesaling real estate software, where every company now has to add more features, lower their costs, shrink their 90% profit margins, add in a $30,000 a year Dispo platform for cheap. I'm forcing them to upgrade their data and ultimately help the wholesaler or the consumer in wholesaling real estate. This is why we do it.
And keep in mind who did it first. It's a brave move, but like we don't peddle stuff. We use stuff that makes it work. And guys, I'm telling you right now, if you don't get a pay raise using this, don't use it. For the first time, you have an entire platform to do everything in it. And a lot of people, well, I do this. If you factor in the value of the Dispo, which if you've never used it before, it has changed fundamentally how our business works. And credit to the people that develop these types of things, but 30, 40, 50 grand, that's insanity. I actually just wound up hiring an employee to do it, but I said, listen, it's just data. How can we extract it? And this is how we put it together. And I finally said, Zach, I've been on record and I'm going to apologize up front. I said I would never own a software company, but once the software companies try to own me and Zach, I'm going to change the game. So you guys know where I stood with the gurus, and I was told I would never survive. You can never do the free you can't do any of that. I've completely broken that model, and we just want to give you guys tools so we can do more deals with you. Yeah, I'm selfish. I'm sorry. What other wholesaler guru partners up with you guys? People in Flip with Rick on here know we do JV deals with them, and we believe XLeads is the missing piece that bridges us together.
Let's show it. FYI, guys, if you guys want a whole full breakdown of XLeads, like I don't know if I should do a 4-hour breakdown of XLeads right now because that's how long it takes. You just go to XLeads.com, FYI for everyone. Just go to XLeads.com if you want to go check out the full thing. So XLeads.com if you want to check out the website, pricing, all that stuff. We'll break it all down right now too. But what I want to do is just go inside of XLeads and just show you a little bit of what it looks like. I kind of want you guys to go to just XLeads.com and look at the whole breakdown. Yeah, let's just get into it and let's share exactly XLeads. And so there we go. We are inside of XLeads. Oh, this is exciting.
Yeah.
All right. So let's kind of just do a full, the full 4-hour breakdown of the software. There's a lot. So I will let you guys know we launched today our XLeads YouTube channel, where me and Rick are going to do live support calls every Saturday at 10 a.m.
Wait, who's doing it?
Us.
No middleman, no.
Nope. You don't even have to have XLeads. You can just go in there and just watch me.
You know why? Because we live in this software.
So every Saturday at 10 a.m., I'm giving up my Saturday mornings because the Gators suck. So I don't even watch college football anymore. It's true. Every Saturday morning, either me or Rick will be on a Zoom publicly on on the XLeads YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And what we're going to do is just, if you're an XLeads customer, I will talk to you and help you with anything you possibly can have. So let's kind of look at XLeads here. So if I want to just basically go through XLeads right now and find wholesaling deals, let's just show you the average data software, right? The average data software. So the one you're used to, right? You just go here to property leads and you're basically going to have your average data software. And so you got deal alerts, all these things. So basically you can do whatever you want. So think about it. Let's go to Houston, Texas. I don't know why I feel like doing Houston, Texas today. I don't think I'm being mean. Let's go to Houston, Texas, and let's pull a pre-foreclosure list.
There you go.
All right. Because a lot of, it's a cheap company. They don't have a lot of people say, well, the cheap software has pre-foreclosures. Well, do they have it in Houston? I don't think so. Let's click the pre-foreclosures in Houston. It's also the included. Here's one thing no other software has: exclude. It's really quick. I can click that and exclude the deals that I don't want. So I don't want to have any active listings. So I want a pre-foreclosure that is an active listing. Guess what? It's all in here. And what we're going to do is pull it, and it's going to show you everything. So it is going to exclude the active listings and include all the pre-foreclosures. So boom, all of them in Texas pop up instantly and show you how to do it right there. So I'm not going to tell you this is like some, oh my gosh thing for just pulling lists, because it's the same data provider that you're used to. Just being honest. I will tell you the UI, the user interface, is way easier.
Much easier.
So I think a lot of people struggle like, oh my gosh, it's like the filtering takes me 5 years to do and all these things, right? So it's pretty simple. We got more filters in here too, but you go from there. Now, if I want to go out here and let's pull a better list, right? You see how it doesn't even let you do it? It's pretty cool. So let's reset the filters in here. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of the pre-foreclosures. And let's do a zip code, right? So this is my favorite zip code in wholesaling real estate, 34953. I don't know why I'm giving that out, but whatever. So let's just search my favorite zip code. Should I say it? I'll say it. 80% of all my $100,000 wholesaling deals are in this zip code. FYI.
It's our backyard though, guys.
This is my money zip. Okay. Not even gonna lie. This is my money zip right here. So this is, I mean, honestly, what I would do is I just pull the high equities. I would literally just go here, filters. Here, let's get it. Here on. Let's go here to filters. And all I would do is just click this one and just click high equity. So this one's gonna be like 40% or more. But like, honestly, gun to my head, I had to get a deal. This is what I do.
Yeah.
And so if I'm doing a regular high equity list, what I'm going to do is go to filters here. Skip that for now. Market value, what do we want to do, right? I would say max it out at 500. Really should be even less than that, but hey, why not? And let's just make it a single family property. So select all, get rid of it. Single family. I don't really care about multi right now, right?
I mean, you could do this all day long.
I do this all day long, right? Square footage, all these things, right? Owner type, I only want to deal with an individual. And so we have a lot more filtering than like a financial company. It's different than a business one because when you want to find buyers, you want to separate financial from business. How many years they own it? I mean, minimum 3 years. Duh. Heck, this is my guru search tab. I call it a guru search tab. The reason why is you can look up a guru and it pops up where they live. I did it it's for funsies, really. Search your favorite guru, it shows their house. And if a guru doesn't pop out, it's kind of okay. We won't talk about it. But loan type, loan to value, all these things, right? If I want to do equity, we are changing it to loan to value because that's straight from the data source and we don't want to filter anything like crazy. So if you want to get a 60% or higher high equity list, you want the loan to be at most 40% of the value of the house. So you want to put 40. It's a kind of opposite of equity.
So it's a little bit backwards how a lot of you guys have traditionally been trained. And but don't worry, we'll train you on that.
The best.
And guys, look on the left-hand side. It gives you nice big boxes and tells you exactly what your filters are. And you can actually save those filters. You can reset them. You can do anything you want with that.
So see also, it's all in here. Like this is money right here. Like this is my list. Like we direct mail this list. It's disgusting. Like it's crazy. And so if I want to pop up a property, I'll pop up any random house right here. So nice, right? And it gives me the XLeads value. And then the wholesale. Whoa!
So guys, that's what we do to help vet our deals that we can do now in volume because it gives you a number. Now it's not perfect, but like you can tell right off the bat if you're even in the ballpark. Instead of even asking me, it's like, hey, can you run a comp with this? I'm going to tell you, look in your XLeads and pull it up. What's the wholesale number? And if you're 100 grand off, you're probably way off. Now you do have to factor in repairs because sometimes it can't see the house, but it'll actually give you the rental. And it'll give you
equities right here too.
Yeah. And then the ARV and then the retail is going to give you the highest and best use statistically on it. Guys, like
we made it simple.
The first time I've ever seen where we finally can get everything spit out in just one quick glimpse.
Also, we got rid of like lives in home. Like this makes it for a beginner. Do they live in the house or they do not?
Yeah.
Absentee owner, we don't want to get into all this stuff, right? So this is the MAO value. So this is slightly below MAO. You know why me and Rick believe in go for no. So this isn't the MAO is probably 220.
I'm going to put the Rick value on there.
But we call it the wholesale value, which means this is where you should aim for a wholesale deal on this. Because
you can always go lower. You'll never get in trouble.
Buy it for 230.
Yeah.
And renovate it, put it on the market for 318. So 220, 230 is where it should be at, like MAO wise. So you can make a ton of money with that. So it's an instant MAO score. Pretty cool. And it's pretty good. You know, all the info that you want in here.
Way more than you need.
So that it's pretty cool. Now comps, just click comparables. And what it does is pops up the best comping you're going to find.
And we're going to take the 10-minute comp rule and push it to 2 with this.
So let's just do distance, half a mile. Okay. Boom. All right. So our property is a 3-2. It is 1,188 square feet. One really good thing I do really quick is I like to look exactly if it's a good comp or not. So you can do it by distance. I think distance is my favorite. So within like the same street, look at this, like right by the same street. Okay, 1,000 square feet more. No, actually, screw it. I can just put the square feet I went in, right? But I'm being fast, right?
But like you can look at this and really
No.
make a decision in 2 minutes.
It's only 36 square feet less. Yes, we're going to add that in. Okay. And we can add that one in. That one's not good. That one's way too much square feet. Way too much square feet. A little too much. We'll add that one in. Too much square feet. Just the right amount. And so what it's going to do here is basically give you an average value, the average square feet, and then what you want the average price per square foot. So all you do is just multiply the 235 by your property. So 235 multiplied by our 1188 is going to be 279,180 as just a quick, like, I'm not getting the whole crazy thing in there, but it's pretty quick, pretty simple. You can also go after here on the garage sizes, lot sizes, year built, all of these things. It'll make it even crazier. And you can do all the filtering. If I want to figure out, hey, I want to deal with something that sold as a flipped property or sold like to an investor, you can do all that too. Heck, if you're in an area like Dallas where there's so many comps, hey, all the pre-foreclosures that sold, show me the comps for that, right? It's pretty dang cool. You can download the report. You can do all this stuff. That's where it works really cool. Now, let's kind of talk about AI list stacking.
So guys, when you download that report, it puts it in your CRM under that property, under that contact for your contact in it. That way you don't have to upload it, save it. Everything's in one system. And so me and Zach look like, what's our speed to lead? I'm not a technology guy, but like we have to have it. I'm the worst when I have to upload, drag. And so everything in here, when you click it, it uploads it within that property. That way you don't have to upload and drag all these files from external sources.
But let's say this, you put a gun to my head. Okay. You tell me, these 5,800, this is pretty solid, right? It's pretty dang solid, right? So it also saves the list for you. So you can actually create quick searches. You can actually create your own. You can actually go here, recent searches, right? But let's really do the math here. Okay, 5,830. I just want to get a deal in here.
Yeah.
So a lot of people have this like, well, AI is going to find the seller for you. It's not. It's not going to look at a house and say, it's going to be, no. So what we did, we have an AI thing here. And so this is like very basic. So what I did was this is kind of like a dummy account, but every single one, okay, every single time you sign up for XLeads, you get one AI zip code every single month. The reason is this AI zip code score, this AI zip code list. Let me make this really important for everybody. The reason why we're doing one is, first of all, AI is very expensive. Just being like, it's very expensive, and you can upgrade more if you want. But what I'm telling everybody watching this is this AI list stacking list. You don't list stack every month. What you should do is you should list stack. Okay, you should go out here and list stack one zip code, go to the next zip code, to the next zip code, and then go back to it, right? You have 5 or 6 hot zips. You don't want to pull that same list every single time because the list is only going to be 200 or 300.
And we're telling you because we don't want to upsell you on the data. Like most of you doing reverse driving for dollars. If you had the software for 12 months, you could do 12 different zip codes. And so we love how we created this because we think like wholesalers, we want the best software that's going to get you wholesale leads.
Exactly.
Not what's going to generate the highest amount of sale ticket items. So
this is better than any of those software. So like if men are watching this and they want to get deals, this is the best way for men to get deals. So deals, like if you're a deal and you're a man, if you're a deal, that's how you get it. Okay. So this is how you get these deals and get it going. So let's redeem it, right? So I click redeem. Okay. Where do you want to get it? 34953.
And you guys can rotate it every
month,
days? Yeah.
Every month you rotate it. You do not want to do, here's the problem everyone does. You want to do, I want to do the whole county every single month. It's really expensive and in my opinion, not worth it.
It's not worth it for you guys.
Like you got to remember what AI does here is, let's do it while we're talking. What it does is it's about $75 a month. Like that's a hard cost to run the data on it. So add it to my account. Boom. So great. We got it in there. So let's just go back here. The problem is, guys and gals, is it's really expensive and it's not worth you spending probably $1,000 a month to have all 15 zip codes in your county AI'd. It's not worth it.
You can do it if you want.
So what we did is we did a zip code. It's not that expensive. And so why is it so expensive? You got to remember, AI, you're basically running tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of AI prompts on your AI list for your zip code. The reason is what it does, it looks at over 100 data points. It looks at hundreds of type of lists. It looks at how old is the property, how old do they own it. It does analysis on every single property in there and sees how many times does this property stack. So how many times does this repeat on the 300 lists that we're looking at?
Sure.
And what it does is it doesn't say this one stacks 2 times. This one stacks 3 times, because that's kind of stupid. Being honest, this one stacked 3 times. Well, does it stack on the high equity part? Does it stack on the absentee owner part, right? And so what it does is it basically does an average. And so if, for example, our probate scraper, which is not publicly available right now, but it's privately inside the software. So that means if a probate is filed on the property, it automatically gets at least a 600 AI sellability score, because that is a huge motivating factor. If it's a pre-foreclosure, I'm going to give it an extra 200 points, right? And so from 0 to 1,000, all right, that from 0 to 1,000, how likely is this going to be a good seller? And so that's how it works. And so basically all you have to do is go in here and filter wholesale score. Let's do 800.
It goes from,
which is a lot. That's
0 to 1,000, $9.99.
So, I mean, that you only get like 37, right? These are like the stupid, like a probate, pre-foreclosure, high equity that's going to auction in 2 months, right?
Yeah.
Like it's, so I like to be at like 700. That's very reasonable. Remember, it's not a lot. And remember, I said, hey, they have to have equity. So let's get rid of the equity if you want on here. And it'll go up a little more. These are going to be more, but like it's 150, like it's not a lot. And so should I charge you $900 a month for the ultimate one?
Show them the most motivated one, like 900 or higher.
Yeah. So you can go here and find like 956, right? So this is going to be a vacant, free and clear property that probably has an underlining thing in it. So we can't show you exactly kind of the sauce behind it, but this is most likely a probate.
It's suspect.
This is very suspect for a probate, especially at 956.
And somebody's owned for 24 years.
So so this is probably a high equity vacant probate. That's the best way I can explain it. This is probably a probate with a seller that's kind of old. She probably died and it's just a vacant probate. That's my guess. I have to go inside and look. I just pulled this, but there's usually some internal stuff. There could be 15 liens on the property.
Could be.
Who like that's in the back end of the system. But just pull the 157 and see what happens.
Guys, and this is great for those of you that canvas neighborhoods that run real tight, because you're going to get the instant speed to lead on these. Now, I'll give you a disclaimer. AI is a tool to help you. It is not to replace wholesaling. Anyone who sells you a software strictly on AI for wholesaling, it's just a tiny piece of the puzzle. It's a really cool tool, but like you've got to understand that's a great place to get started in wholesaling, and then you can grow into it. Finally, XLeads, you can use AI for a reasonable price. Me and Zach have factored in. I don't think, especially if you're starting out, get the one included zip code and then rotate. A lot of you guys have 7 or 8 zip codes in the areas that you farm. Do it smartly. I'm not going to sit out and go buy 15 zip codes for each person, because there is a hard cost to it. And remember, it's an algorithm. It runs it in. It just shows you the likelihood that it is more likely to be subject to a wholesale deal. Now, I've never had these. Like I'm old school. I think it's really cool, and it would give me a lot of confidence. So if you only want to call like 100 of the most motivated list, if you're going to go that method, just by using our basic service with one zip code, you can attack this. So
I agree.
I think it's neat. A lot of you have survived without this. AI is a cool function. It's not everything in wholesale.
That's just the list part.
That's just it.
So let's kind of get into this. So first and foremost, we showed comps. Let's say I want to skip this property, just add it to my leads. Go to my leads, and I can just click lead trace and skip trace it. Skip tracing is 7 cents.
Why is it 7 cents?
It's the most accurate one you can
because
get.
it's live, accurate data, guys. There's
live.
just a cost to it.
Live data. Think about that for a second. It's live data.
Some people are paying 15 cents through services just to do skip tracing
because they don't like their other skip tracing company because it's cheaper, but you're losing out deals and it's not quality.
Cheaper is not always better.
And so this, I'm just telling you guys right now, this, if I had a reverse drive for dollars, this is a list that no one's ever talked about before. An autoed AI list stacking list. So if I'm going to reverse drive for dollars, 157 by far. Like I'm not even questioning it. Texting and calling like this.
If I had this when I door knocked back in 2003, guys, it would have been game over, but I didn't.
No software has this. So like really think about that for a second. But I like my software. Well, your software don't have this, buddy. You don't have it, right? And guys, the skip tracing is 7 cents. Like what I mean by that is I would probably charge about 11, 14 cents for that skip tracing, but that's what they do. So they charge you 14 cents. It costs them 7. They pocket it. And some people are like, well, I'm going to make all my money on skip tracing. So in my research, I could have charged you a penny for skip tracing, had the really, really cheap one.
Because you just
it would have, and I could have provided 200 free skip traces for the month for the software. I would have gotten it for a penny. But at the end of the day, then my name would be tarnished with cheap, low quality skip tracing. And
listen, I just want to hit a button and get an accurate phone number. Like how you do it, as long as we get live real data, that was my biggest criteria. So we didn't try to scrimp on skip tracing. I cannot waste time calling bad numbers.
That's it. And if you want to upgrade, you can get an AI zip code, an extra one. You can get an extra county. The one thing we do allow is because we want to help you guys out. You can add an AI zip code and pay one time, and you don't have to pay every other month anymore.
That's it. That's what we recommend.
So it's pretty cool. You can add commercial leads, right? All this stuff. But really what we're going to do is just kind of go back here and show you. That's just one part, FYI, right?
And so when you save, you click the comp button, it puts it in your CRM under that property.
Well, let's show the CRM.
Yeah.
So let's get in the CRM and let's do it. So let's go back to our property leads and let's just randomly go out here and okay.
Just click.
So let's just scroll. Okay. This is a cool one, right? So, all right. So what I'm going to do is add this to my leads. Let's say
click comparables and click at least 2 of them.
Okay. So let's go here. Let's say this seller called me and said, hey, I'm looking to sell my property. So I just go into XLeads. I pop up the address. Let's just add this, get rid of that. Okay. Just making it basic. Okay. So
download upper right there.
So the report.
Yeah. And then that will go right into your CRM file attached to that property.
That'll go right in the CRM.
No drag, no drop. It's all said and done.
So let it generate. So let's go back to details here. So this seller said, I'm looking to sell my property. They called me. Now I have it in my leads. Okay, cool. So I got the report. It's been saved in my CRM. Think about it. Wait. Think about this. Your data company is separate than the CRM in every case possible. And you guys focus on automation drips of how I can move this way. Guys, the CRM, so here's my biggest problem. I know you guys love your Zapier integrations for your softwares, but still, even if I do a click to call for CallRail, I have to import and switch everything over, right? I have to try to change the address. I got to put the owner's name in there, right? And so this is a data company that also has the CRM connected. So let me show you what that means. So let's add this to my leads. Okay, she wants to sell, right? So let's go to my leads and just click. Let's get rid of this one. Why is that one in there? Save to CRM. And what it's going to do is save it into your CRM. Whoa! We're in the CRM now.
Yeah.
What's going on? So the CRM is 3. So there's 3 parts of the CRM. There is a complicated, like advanced, crazy, like $300 a month CRM. And then there's the basic, I call it the CEO board or the Zach board, because I like to make things simple. Okay. And so if you want to get crazy advanced, you can. If you just want to make it simple and easy, it's still better than your other CRM.
Yeah. So you see all the tags, stages up there. We don't have enough time to go through everything on Saturday, but like you can do this as advanced as you humanly possibly want to.
So let's click on it. I just added the lead, FYI. So I added the lead in here. And okay, so now automatically the owner's names pop up in the CRM. Whoa. And if I skip traced it, their phone number pops in there too, right? And I could just put all my info in here. What's the stage of the lead? Is this a lead or not? What market? What kind of campaigns? And you can go crazy in here, right? Oh man. Remember when you get a lead in your other CRM, you have to go put in all the data?
Yeah.
Because your $200 a month CRM can't do that. Guess what? Look, address, parcel ID. Come on. Who else is pulling straight from the government website the parcel ID, the type of houses, bed, baths?
And you can customize a lot of this. So some of you guys that are a little bit more advanced.
Legal description.
Yep. You
Your
can cut
CRM
and
ain't
paste.
doing that. The subdivision.
Assessed values. A lot of you guys use it as a cheat sheet.
All of it is in here, right? And so if you want to know more about the mortgage of the property, I think this one's free and clear.
Yeah, that was
so it's not going to be in there. Here's my favorite part, negotiation. So if I'm going to my employee, my acquisitions manager, and I'm saying, did you give an offer to this person? Oh, I don't know. You can put their LAO. Come on, that's the most Rick Ginn thing I've ever seen.
It is.
You can put your LAO with the seller once. Is the owner flexible? Are they open to creative? Pretty cool, right? What's their motivation? No CRM has motivations in there, right?
No. You can color code them. You can do a lot with it, guys. It's a CRM. Like I'm not, but like you can take all the other things we do.
All the info's in here.
From the lists, from your leads, the property, the contacts, and you can put them all in here and just click a
XLeads
button.
value is already in there,
Yep.
which is pretty cool. And the tax assessed value. Guys, your CRM is not going to the tax assessor and figuring out what the value is. Think about that for a second. Is your CRM figuring out if it's a metal roof or not? No. Construction type? Nope. Does it automatically pop up the sales and transaction history? No, it's not doing that, right?
So a lot of you guys you still have platforms that do it, but then you got to migrate it over. And there's always a glitch in moving. Like, guys, listen, how many people go from Windows to like iOS? I did that. I thought I was going to lose my mind. I'm still 4 years into the training on it. It's just like, when you jump from one computer to the other, and maybe it's just the ADHD in me. I'm like, why can't I'm just a wholesaler, man. I want to move left to right. I want to get a list. I want to get a lead. I want to make an offer on it, and I want to dispo it, and I want to get it sold and get it paid. I want to do it over and over again. And you can make this as complicated as you want, but like, I'm all about simplification.
I agree. So, and this is based on the CRM. So what you can do is you can add it to what we call the Scrum board. And so a Scrum board is what I call my CEO board, or basically my big board. And you can, if you have a task or whatever you want, you can add tasks, remind you on the top. You can get email tasks, right? Let's save all the info in here right now. And let's just go basically to the Scrum board, which is going to be under Manage Scrum board. And what's going to do is just give you a board of what's going on. So if I want to know, hey, so these names are just basic, but you can switch them to basically whatever you want, right? So just basically put wants to sell. So I'm just doing this live with you guys, right? Wants to sell. We're going to put appointment set. We're going to you put whatever you want, right? Under contract to Dispo. Why not? And then just put
assignment.
Just put assignment signed, ready to close. And maybe if I want a big board, I just add one and just call them JV deals, right?
It's just a fancy whiteboard.
It's a fancy whiteboard.
And show them how you move it across the board.
Let's move JV deals all to the left, right? Okay, now I have this. Okay, so this person wants to sell, right? Okay, now I can meet her at 4:00, right? Okay, put her right here. I can go in here, and I can just add all my information on here, right? It's all in here. So it's pretty cool, right? You got property, pops up the property info, pops up pretty much everything you want to do, right? I can even add a task for this, which is pretty cool for Janine. So let's say I have an appointment. Yep. Yes. So I just put seller appointment. So I can do a project later. But let's say my appointment is going to be Monday, right? Status in progress, appointment, high priority, and then just put, appointment with Tara. Good, cool. Okay. So it's going to be a task for me. Appointment with Tara, and save the info. It's going to be in there. Pretty dang cool. So if I go back to all my tasks, it's going to pop up in there. Let's refresh this. Boom. Okay. So the appointment's going to be in there. I got to refresh it. There we go. So it popped up in there. Seller appointment. Task is already done. Boom. And so I'm going to go just my regular dashboard. I already have a seller appointment, right? It's already in there. It's pretty dang cool, right? You got a calendar in here. So your calendar is going to be in here. You can add your feed. It will automatically pop up your stuff in there if you want to add it to the calendar feed or not. And so you can go here. I got to put it in there. Give me a second.
I think you saved it.
I didn't save it. Let's pop it up.
It just is there.
There we go. Boom. And then we can save it in there and assign it task type appointment created by Zachary. And you can put it in there. So go figure this out. I think I'm an incognito. I think that's my issue right now. All right, we'll come back to that later on there. But basically on the Scrum board, it has all the info you want on here. So on top of that too, you got your tasks, got your calendar, and you go from there. Maybe it's in the, I got to go inside of it. There we go. Oh, I got 2 of them.
Yeah. You're saving the wrong.
I think I saved the wrong one. How do I, okay. I'll delete this a little later, but we'll delete it.
And guys, there's a power link button. For those of you that work with other partners, JVs, especially your title company, you can register them and give them certain access levels to different types of properties, all your properties, whatever you want to do. What does that do? It saves you a complete separate email. And by the way, we don't have enough time. Email's all built into this platform. If you get tired of like searching through your Gmail or your Outlook and you want to do it specifically, send an email based on this property, you can do it all within the XLeads platform. I don't know about you, but like sometimes I have to filter through thousands and thousands of emails. It'd be nice if a carbon copy was saved inside of your lead, inside of XLeads. I get ADHD and like, I just like look the fastest way to find it. And it's very helpful with that one. So
that's it. So I think I just got to double click it, honestly. So I just go to calendar, double click the event, and then you can put it in. So task and event are separate. I think we got to switch that again because they should be on there, but just do appointment with Tara. I didn't put a time in. I think that was the issue. Okay. So we'll put the time on this. So where's time?
Don't do it at 8 a.m.
That'd be fine. Ends clock. Cool. Doesn't repeat. Good. And then you just put your appointment on there and it saves. The really cool part about this is it does click it. There you go. It saves to a calendar feed.
There's the appointment.
So you can put it in there and it will pop up in there.
Tie in your Google Calendar.
Yeah, it ties it all in there. You got your agenda for the day too, which is pretty cool. And it's kind of like a big board of this. Now, probably the part you've been waiting for is the Dispo. What is this Dispo platform looking like? What does it do? What does it mean? How to do this the right way? Let's break this all down. Let's show exactly how to Dispo your deals. Guys, are you sick of spending 30 grand for Dispo platform? Let's show you right now. Exactly.
They're not spending 30 grand. That they need help. This is why we're here, man.
Actually, guys, in the chat, can you give me a zip code or a city where you need help dispoing a deal?
Yeah, let's use them.
I will tell you, we don't like the other platforms because they expose your best buyers. This is a double-edged sword. We did a beta program with Flipper Plus students, and I said, do you have your best buyer? Yeah, I have my best buyer. Nobody knows about him. I said, okay, what zip code is he buying? He says he buys in this zip code, but like you can't find him. He doesn't pop up on the softwares. I kid you not. I put it in there like,
oh my God.
Oh no.
You can find anything you want.
How did you find that out? He's usually hidden in this software because I figured out he's flipping 6 properties a year and he's actually making a lot of. So, okay, we got a lot here.
Are we going to get in trouble showing this on YouTube?
And who cares? 32088. Let's do that. 320.
I got a winner.
All right. 32088. So what we're going to do is go back to our lead pipes, go to investor leads different than prop because we're looking for leads for buyers, right? So what was it? What was he? He was 32088. Let me pop it up. Where was he? 320. He literally just disappeared.
There it is. You said wrong zip. So
okay.
Pick somebody else then.
Okay, we'll do 44311. Easy. So we're going to do 44311. You know where that is. He's probably giving me a crazy stupid zip, but whatever. All right, so this is in
Where are we?
Akron, Ohio.
All right.
Great. So basically what it instantly does is it figures out in that zip code how many people bought a house and flipped it and made actually profits. The thing is, hedge funds sometimes don't flip houses, so you want to get rid of them. We also have hedge funds in there, FYI, if you want it. How do I actually go out here and figure out someone's actually buying a house and selling it, but actually makes money? Your software doesn't do this. Think about this. Your software doesn't know how much profit on average over multiple flips. And
you have to manually calculate each one.
So what this does, it automatically from top to bottom, the most flips in that zip code. Now, I like city a little better because like all of Akron's a little easier. But if I just want to do this, look.
An open door will typically be your biggest buyer. You guys are smart enough which ones to filter out. And to the left, it gives you a geographic representation
of where they're flipping.
So it will give you clusters.
This is a small one.
It gives you trends and
this is outside University of Akron.
So show them the date on it.
So like Jessica Carroll. Okay, let's click her. She's somebody.
Oh my gosh.
Jessica Carroll flipped 3 houses this year. Okay. She's flipped 3 houses. She makes on average 47 grand a flip. And she buys them on average for around, let's go back here and see what she's buying them for. Jessica Carroll is buying them on average for 47 grand, and she's making 45 grand on a flip. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm just going to click here. Pretty dang cool. And why don't we add in Diamond Tip Holdings? Go to my leads.
Now, guys, you can go in there and actually see all the properties they own in this Dispo software, like never seen before.
Yeah.
Without you paying these monstrous companies to get this
retrace,
information.
And then skip trace it. You know, you can go in here and see how fresh.
We're not going to put numbers on this. Yeah.
I could save it right in my CRM on how fresh it is, which is pretty dang cool.
What better way to build a cash buyers list than this? Like, this is honestly, this has been the missing piece. Like, remember how we used to manually call everyone? It was between the skip tracing, everything else. And you can find out, they'll tell you the average size, how many square foot, their average purchase price, their average profit margins, their locations. You've completely taken the guesswork out of the cash buyers. All you guys got to do is call them and use the words me and Zach teach you to talk to them. Remember, your customer is your cash buyer. So how do I operate a wholesale company and I really don't have anything to gauge my cash buyers? You can do it old school. Don't get me wrong. If you don't have any money, that's what you got to do. But never before have you had access to a tool like this.
And here's the cool part too. You can add them to your contacts, not properties, but contacts.
Contacts.
So contacts is important. This is a CRM. This is XLeads. This is for everything, right? So for example, if I want to deal with all these different people, right? And so you can add whatever contacts you want. So type sellers are going to be a contact, right?
Yep. Look at all this.
Buyers, commercial people, landlords I want to deal with, lease option sellers, people I'm having that are rehabbing my property, attorneys, like it's everything, right? We don't, web designers, tenants, like it's the all everything, right? But here's the really cool part about this. You can even add JV partners. So let's create. So obviously I can import my leads from here.
People are asking, can you import? You can drag anything you want in there.
So what I can do is just create a lead. And so, for example, if I want to just do Jessica Carroll, now you should call Jessica to see if she's actually a buyer before you put her in here.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
But Jessica Carroll, right? And she's, jessc@gmail.com. Phone number is 222-333-311, right? Whatever, right? She is a buyer. What's her type of buyer? She is going to be a flipper. So I'm going to put her under
rehabber.
Rehabber. Where is it? Oh, right here. Rehabber. And also, what if she is a JV partner? Right? Well, JV partner ain't going to be on here, but I can just put.
You can put them in there.
You can add JV partner, and
you can customize it however you want.
Have a customized JV partner on here. So okay, let's not add her in there. But as her as a buyer. So now she has a whole buyer thing in there. So I can put exactly what type of buyer she is, what she wants, who she associates with. What is her buyer preference? What's your buy box? You put it in there.
Everything.
Does your software have a buy box for your buyers? No. Get out of here. Right?
Guys, the value in this Dispo thing you've never
type
seen.
Of properties.
It just hasn't been available to us, man.
Price range, square feet, all of it. Okay. How did you find the buyer? You can put it in there, right? But like, really think about that for a second. Okay, something's cooking right now, right? So go back to contacts now with Jessica Carroll in here. Hey, I just want to deal with my buyers, right? So if you put it on here, rehabber already buyers. So let's say, for example, I pulled 16 buyers. And I wanted to only deal with buyers that are looking to just flip my house or whatever. You can give even more in it, right? If you want, you can go crazy. And then you can go nuts with this, right? Like, okay, now I have my CRM for my buyers. I know exactly how to find my buyers. But let's say I'm looking to sell my deal now and I'm ready to dispo it, right? So what I do is I go to my X buyers list, which is what we showed you, right? And we got to get the deal sold, right? So I locked it up and I went to the investor leads and I got my top buyers. How do I sell this now? Because here's the thing, you're like all these dispo companies, they show you how to find it, right? They show you how to go out here and find it.
Yeah.
But what they don't show you what to do is they don't like do it for you. What I mean by that is all these dispo companies promise that they'll sell the deal for you. No. What they say is we give you it's like enterprise. We give you the tools to sell it.
We give you.
So no, a lot of people think you put their address in and it gets sold. No. It says we'll give you a site and we'll let you blast it out, but we won't sell it for you. Guys, when you spend $40,000 on a software and it doesn't sell the deal for you, come on.
Go get your own employee.
So let me show you here, okay? Let me show you. So let's say, what deal do you want to sell? Okay, let's do the Cleveland deal, right? Okay. I want to go sell this Cleveland deal. All right. Sounds pretty cool. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just put some more info on this, right? This was a different deal. So what we're going to do here is just go, actually, if I want to sell a deal, I have to go out here in my settings. So let me get rid of my.
And guys, remember, when we teach you, when you dispo your deals, it's imperative you vet your cash buyers. You just can't send thousands of emails. That's how you get in trouble with a lot of the laws on how you do the marketing and stuff. And remember, in the end, you're selling the contract, you're providing information of details attached to the contract. So we do plenty of training, freewholesaling.com, but we're just trying to show you right now how you can put it in there and simply get the word out without sending repetitive emails to people that aren't vetted, that you have no idea what their buy box is.
I'm putting my personal company info in here. So I'm just saving it right now. So, okay, now that's all saved. So now we're all good. Let's go back here to properties and show you how to do it. So, because for the way this is to work, I have to show you. Okay, now we're back in here and let's get the property sold. So what we're going to do here is just click this deal in Cleveland. Now I just randomly picked a property. So of course the city of Cleveland owned this, but what I want to do is just go to property. Okay. And just put in the information I want on this, right? So let's say it's okay. It's a 5-1, whatever. All right. It's a 5-1. You get all the info in here, right? Let's add a description, right? Beautiful 5-1 needs to sell ASAP for cash last. All right. Boom. Okay. So let's click to save all info. Now, if we made a Dispo platform, would we just have a button where anyone can do it like a marketplace?
No.
Where the address you get stolen? No. Right?
Correct.
No. Okay, that's pretty stupid. So what we did instead was, let's go here to listing. And okay, let's say what we locked this deal. Let's say we locked it up for 30 and we're looking to sell it for 40. It's Cleveland. It's cheap, right? So let's say, okay, let's list it for 40 grand. I have to even put this, but I'll just put this here and list it for $40,000. Okay, let's save it. And if we want, we go here to photos and videos, and I can just add in some photos and videos of the property. Now, I don't want to show you all the photos and videos I have because I have a lot of guru dirt in my on my thing. So I'm going to put this in here. Let's add a picture of this. It's beautiful. We're just adding photos in here right now of just beautiful properties. Okay. Let's add one more just to be nice and safe here. So what I'm doing is I'm just adding photos of a property, just a random property right here. Okay, let me go share my screen again. So basically, as you see here, I just uploaded photos of this, right? Pretty simple, pretty easy, right? And I add the photos of it. I can add a video too, but yeah, you can add a YouTube video, whatever it is, right? Now it's all saved. So what I'm gonna do here is, ready for this? Are you ready? Are we ready? Publish property.
It's great for wholesale deals too.
Boom. Now I'm creating a deal site. So let's add in. Okay, so Zach Ginn, Zach XLeads.com. Cool. Press save. Now it's saved. So go back here to publish property and let's click this link. And what we basically have is we have a URL that isn't XLeads, but it also isn't yours, right? Like it's kind of like just a normal one. So it goes here and boom! Oh boy. What do we got here? Let's move it. Oh boy, what do we got here? We have a seller site. Simple. So I put Zachary B as my company name. I can go change it to
put whatever
Zach
you want in there.
Home Buyers, right? Like you just go to company info, company name, and it'll be in there. But what it does is it gives you an address. So you send this to qualified buyers, right?
Qualified.
So Jessica says, yes, I'm actually looking to buy.
Yeah.
Are you vetted? Okay, well, let me send you this. And then you send this to her. So it has a map, the photos that you have on the property, right? The property details, which is already added in for you, don't have to worry about it. And then the property description and a phone number to reach out to you, right? Wait, what? Yeah, no, your software don't have got this. Get out of here. Get out of here.
It's just a tool, guys. Like, remember, you're still going to have to do the wholesale work. Me and Zach are always going to help you do that. But man, is it nice when you get a deal that you can go from left all the way to right, from the list you pull to the final dispo of getting the money in your property. Why? Because you have to do it over and over again.
So really the point is, honestly, the most value is just having that list of all the top buyers, because you have to spend 40 grand a year just to get that list. But you also have the deal site. But why don't we make this even juicier? Okay, why don't we do some marketing for cash buyers too? So what I would do is I would go in here to investor leads. This is just me. I would just find flippers. I would add them all, and I would just save them to my CRM as buyers. Why is this? Why? Okay, so we're gonna go to contacts here, And we're just going to choose Carol. And let's say this person's a buyer. Let's just play pretend, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let's just let's pretend these are all buyers, right?
I'll get the city of Cleveland off there.
Okay. Let's pretend they're all buyers, right? And I already skip trace them, so their emails in, or I can manually put in their email.
Yep.
So if these are like 7 buyers that they already told me they want to sell, and so they want to buy, and I got their email. This is my little, and then you go type. You can put your buyers in here, right? Then all my buyers pop up. Guess what I can do? I can give them an email. So I got to verify my email real quick. So let me do that really quick. Oh yeah, this was the dummy account. All right, so I got to verify my email real quick, and I'll show you how to do it right now. This is how quick it is.
And guys, really cool why he does that. And I found this out. I was blown away. When you guys send emails, especially to your motivated sellers, the system will tell you if they opened it or not. Now, it can't tell you who opened it, but a lot of times people go, I never got your email or I never saw it. Now you have 100% verification if that's a lie or not.
So what it does is, what we're doing right now is it connects, XLeads connects to your email. So you're not email blasting through XLeads, you're email blasting it through your email. You know why? You know what I hate more than anything? You know what I hate literally more than anything? Is when you go out here and you try to send it. You try to go out here and send like an email through the software. And for some stupid reason, like Zach1234 at dispocompanysoftware.com, it goes into your personal one, right? Let's just do let's do flip their Gmail. Why not? Flip with Rick at Gmail. Okay. Let's get the confirmation in here. Okay. Confirmation. Support at XLeads. Verify it. Okay. We're going to add this in here. Good. Awesome. All right. So we're adding this one in here as we're speaking. All righty. Cool. Let's just go here really quick. All righty. Contacts. Okay.
That's in there.
Yep. It's right in here. Boom. Okay. Now it's confirmed. So what it does is it connects all of my stuff to my email, which it takes a minute, but basically that means is when you send it out, it goes straight to your Gmail. So it doesn't get lost, right?
Yeah, that's always been a problem.
And God forbid, you don't want to have it anymore. Okay. Interesting, right? What are you going to do, right? And so what you're going to do is let's just click all these, for example, right? And let's say these are all my buyers. I'm going to click the email. You click email. What? You can do, you can do 2,000 emails if you want.
Yeah.
You can just email blast every buyer and you can say, hey, just seeing if you're looking to buy anymore. I just locked up a juicy deal in Cleveland, Ohio, or in this area in Cleveland.
Guys, make sure you send them the vetted people.
But don't send, no. These don't have to be vetted. You know why? Hey, John.
Yeah.
I just locked up an insane deal right outside University of Akron.
I got it.
Are you looking to buy it? You don't have to put the address. You send that to 2,000, and every deal you lock up, you send it to 2,000. If you want to get crazy, you can add a link to your sell point deal listing.
Yeah.
You can also go out here and just share your listing if you want and go crazy. Now, here's the cool part. You can do the same thing with your sellers. Send emails to your sellers, which less valuable. The buyers are more valuable than anything. Also, my favorite thing to do here is our auto responder. What's that? Let me show you what an auto responder is. You can go out here. I was helping him out here with his. You can go out here and put your sellers and buyers on drip campaigns. It's a little crazy, right? So what that means is, so the first email, so I can modify what I want the email to say, right? But also you can mail merge your stuff in there. But basically say, hey, thanks for reaching out. If you are looking to sell, hit me up. That's day 1. 3 days later, it sends you another one. Day 6, hey, we're professionals, work with us. Day 9, day 12, day 15, we're ready to buy. Are you prepared to sell your, so this is for a realtor, someone to sell an ebook for compliance, but you can go out here and
you can customize the whole thing.
The point is you're supposed to tweak these, but for compliance, we have it here. It tells you exactly how many got sent, clicked, bounced, all of these things. And I can do these for my buyers. So if somebody on a Gmail says they're a buyer, you can put them in your thing in here and you auto responder for that. So this Dispo is insane. Now you have no other software that has all this stuff and the seller information. Pretty dang cool. Now, to just kind of show you some extra stuff really quick, I don't want to have a whole 4-hour breakdown, but you can go in your property CRM and you can actually go through this is kind of crazy. You have a repair cost estimator and it shows you all this stuff. So you just go to repair estimator and it will estimate it, right? So you can pop up your repair estimates. So you can create a repair estimator and it will go create a custom repair cost estimator for the deal, which is pretty cool. And so right here, what you're going to do is just put your info on the property and just figure out what the repair costs are. So I can go here to external roof. Okay, it needs and it guesses what the cost it is for things. So if I have to replace a shingle roof, it could cost about 12 grand for this property. Now, let's say it's a little more expensive. Maybe we're in Seattle, $7.
And you guys can use like
Right?
Chat GPT and Google to get what the average going rate for a roof, masonry, flooring, painting. So this takes the square footage
Look,
and puts it
hey,
in a
I got to put
calculator for
vinyl or
you.
carpet on the property, okay? Carpet on, let's say it's 1,000 square feet on 800 square feet, right? And let's say it's 100 of vinyl. I don't know, right? Just doing math really quick. That's how much it's going to cost. And then you could put the install in there too.
Yeah, you
but
put
boom,
the install on top of it.
and just press save, and it has your total repair costs. Wow, it's a repair cost estimator. And this is pretty exact too.
Yeah. And when you generate the report, it will save it under your lead, under your property, under the document section, along with your comps, everything else you do. So if you guys are, if you got a VA working somewhere, they can do this type of stuff for you. But like most of you guys are single operators and you got to be organized. I spent 7 years doing this all by myself.
Wow.
Like,
and let me ask you another thing, guys and gals. How many hours do you spend creating contracts? For example, you're about to go on an appointment and you got to so you have to basically fill out the contract yourself because you don't want to be filling out a contract in front of the seller. You want it pre-done. How long does it take you to go to the partial ID, copy and paste it? It's a lot, right?
yeah, you can do everything except the price. I'm a big fan of not filling all the documents out.
Okay. Let's look at the last Rick video on how to do contracts for 30 Wholesaling Challenge. That was an hour-and-a-half video, and you filled the whole thing up, filling out a contract.
It's painful, right? Yeah. It's
But you're an expert. Think of a beginner. So watch that. Guess what we did here? Why not? So you can go here to XLeads and go to paperless office. You can upload your documents in here, and you can make your merge forms. So let's just go to merge forms and go to my XLeads library of all the now we're adding in things on here. So remember, this is version 1 of XLeads. Version 2, 3, and 4 are coming out. But let's just say we want to do a wholesale contract or purchase and sale, whatever. Right? So this is very basic right now. But basically, I'm going to add in to a PDF.
And you guys already have access to the Flip with Rick wholesale contract. You already have the Flip with Rick assignment of contract. You can upload it into XLeads and do a mail merge.
Let me show you this. So XLeads already knows the property address. It already knows the partial ID and all this stuff. So just click Merge Auto Forms. And guess what it does? It will generate it right now. And so it's merging all the forms and it will generate it right here. And so here it is. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me show you.
You actually got to go in and cut and paste it once.
So what it does here is it basically shows you addendums, all these things that you want, like a whole package to download. And what it does is, did I input any address? No, inside the CRM, Joan, that's already the seller's name.
You could do it with any type of contract.
Home buyers, guess what? I already put my company name in here, right?
Yep.
And for all these type of documents in here, it literally goes out here. And now you gotta go inside the mail merge and really mail it. But like the termination, if you want it, it's already in there. Like all these things. And so it already automatically puts in all the info on the property in the contract. You got to upload our contract in there. We're changing the library up, so we'll be in there right there. Yeah. But that's insane.
Well, you missed the best part.
What's the best part?
Go back to the CRM. There's a really cool course in there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's in there. I didn't even think about it. Freewholesaling.com's in here. And the cool part is tonight we're adding our XLeads section into freewholesaling.com. So all the education you want to know exactly how to use the software is already in freewholesaling.com. Well, tonight it's going to be in there. So it's pretty dang exciting.
Our training is going to be.
Well, let's talk about the training.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Me and Rick are putting our all on this. And so what that means is starting tonight, we're going to have our XLeads YouTube channel. And on the XLeads YouTube channel, we are going to do support calls. So we're going to be releasing videos every week in there.
Yeah.
But also every Saturday at 10 a.m., I'm going to live stream. And if you don't have to be a customer, I don't care. If you just want to know about the software, every Saturday, 10 a.m., I'm going to give you a complete support call on XLeads.
Yeah.
Whatever question you have, anything, any issues, just let me know. And so all you have to do is if you want to join XLeads right now, you just got to go to xleads.com. That's it, XLeads.com. Let me show you what XLeads.com looks like because there's a lot. There's a lot in here. And so if you just bought XLeads, which thank you. We're putting our name on it. So we really do appreciate it. Where is it? Right here. Okay. If you want to join XLeads, just go to XLeads.com.
Have you ever?
It's a quick, simple video in there, right?
It'd be 203 reliable.
Right. Cool. But basically, you just click sign up and you can sign up. If you already have XLeads, you can log in right here. And it's pretty cool. So, I mean, everything we talked about today is already in here, right? The XLeads cost, all these things. I do a whole
What's up, guys? Zach
Dispo breakdown, just a little easier. And, you know, I show all the features, all this stuff, right? Guess what? XLeads is everything. So leads, CRM, Dispo, AI. I think I'm boring you guys to death at this, right? But basically, if you want to know the prices of this, these are the 3 prices we have. And so we have no affiliates, nothing like that. So it's as cheap as we can. The Pro is probably the one most people are going to get. It's $159 a month, which is the cost of one CRM. Think about that for a second. It's the cost of one CRM.
Yeah, you get everything with it.
Now, I will tell you this. If you want to join FlipWork Plus and have FlipWork Plus and XLeads together as a discount, which includes our tickets to our events, join our community, all these things, you can get what we call the X plan. The X plan has the CRM data, all this stuff, and you get FlipWork Plus for free, which FlipWork Plus is $100 a month, basically. You get that for free.
Yep.
But really, if you do the math, you're getting a pretty dang good discount on everything. You get 2 extra FlipWork Plus tickets. So that's 4 tickets a year. And me and Rick are personally going to give you a yearly system, data, and marketing review with either me or Rick or Zach. Whoa. Me and Rick will hop on once a year and give you a whole review of your business, your XLeads account, and everything.
And guys, keep this in mind. A lot of people out there that you got to pay $5,000 to $10,000 just for a course. We've created a community of wholesaling, 29 years experience total. And then we're going to give you every unfair advantage that the top 1% wholesalers have. And you get just one set price. And honestly, I'll compare my value to anybody else's out there. Why? I want to do deals with you.
How much is a 30-minute hour Zoom for our time? Not worth it. Not worth it. But we're so committed to XLeads. We are so committed to how well it's going to work. The more users in there, the more of them are going to do deals, which makes us look even better. And so that's kind of the point. So if you want to go out here and get FlipWork Plus and XLeads together, it's only $229 a month. Think about it. That's basically getting XLeads for $129 a month, or basically getting FlipWork Plus for $70 a month.
And guys, add up all the softwares you're getting. And imagine if you could get FlipWork Plus, get a pay raise, and get more tools than you ever had. Think about it. And I get questions that, hey, what if I'm a FlipWork Plus member? When we go in the live stream after this, we'll talk to you and show you how we're going to do that.
You just move over to XLeads and you get FlipWork Plus for free.
Yeah, it's easy. So some people don't. And like, listen, if you can't, we're not here to break people. No. If you're just starting out and say you're using another service and you're only getting list pulling and comping, think about what you can get even at the $99 a month. You still get a tremendous amount of value. And keep in mind, we train you. Like, we're not.
Well, you get it for $40 a month.
Yeah. And so we offer at a discount because we don't have to pay an affiliate, because you are the affiliate. And why not? If you look at it, go, my God, if I paid $50, I was $600, they're charging me $1,200. I'm only getting 1 or 2 things. Guys, to me, this is a no-brainer. We fought for years for this, and we finally have a platform where we can say, hey, listen, we're all in. This is what we do. We couldn't think of a better time. X marks the spot. It's everything we do. And we can do JV deals with it. We can teach our Flip with Rick Plus members. And even if you're getting started out, we're still going to help you over at freewholesaling.com, because we believe everybody should have an advantage getting started wholesaling. There shouldn't be a separation. Give me $5,000. I'll show you how to do wholesaling. I want to show you how to do wholesaling because I'm selfish. I want to do deals with you. And it's the truth. There's very few people out there that actually want to partner up with you. People charge you fees up front before they submit a deal. Honestly, if you commit through Flip with Rick Plus and the XLeads, if you'll give us the time, I will push you. But we do a community, and there is a one side. You can pick which avenue is going to be best for you. But remember, if you're just getting started out, you just need to get leads. Concentrate just on the basic plan, because it's probably better than what you already have now. And what better way to do it with XLeads, guys? This is meant for wholesalers. Like this is not a realtor platform. If you're a purely fix and flip, I'm probably not going to be a good fit for you.
Exactly. So XLeads right here. Click to sign up, get it going. We also have monthly option. There's also monthly ones. They're a little more expensive. And yeah, also like usual, guys, if you have any question, we have 8 hours a day customer support agents. Remember, there's other ones where you just have to email. I literally hate it.
Yeah.
We will have customer support agents that will answer your call 9 to 6.
And then every Saturday, and then we'll help out what we can on freewholesaling.com. And then Flip with Rick members, we'll have a dedicated section. And then Free Wholesaling will have an entire XLeads to, show you how to upload your list, how to save properties to your CRM, how to do the Dispo part. Guys, I'm so excited about the Dispo part because this hasn't even been available. I just don't know why it's taken me and Zach to push to this point. So, hey,
that's it. We
only care about servicing you. I don't care what gurus. I no longer care what other software companies have. Maybe we lead the change. So we are the inflation reducers, but either people join us or they're going to have to compete with us. And guys, whatever can help you become a better wholesaler or just give you the basic tools to get going. That's what XLeads is all about.
That's it. So guys, thank you so much for hearing this. Go to xleads.com, get it. And I promise you, it's the best data you're going to find. And so we put our names behind it. We put our reputation on it. We don't do this lightly. And we're doing war on the wholesaling software companies now. So we're really excited about it. Thank you guys so much. Go to xleads.com and we'll see you soon. This is Zach Ginn signing out.
Rick Ginn signing out.
Have a blessed one.
See you.